Hi guys, welcome back to the Drive Life channel. In today's video, I'd like to welcome you all to the newest member of the Drivelife Garage. Now, this Jeep Wrangler is replacing the Mercedes A-Class. Massively different change, and I'll get into all that in a minute. But yeah, let's take a look at our new to us anyway, 2008 Jeep Wrangler JK. So as you can see, it's not completely standard, this vehicle. It's had a few little off-road mods, which I'll go into a minute. But as it stands, this is the Jeep Wrangler JK Sahara. It's got the 2.8 V6 in it, automatic transmission, and it's just a bit of it's a short wheelbase as well. So it's not a JKU, it's a standard JK, the way sort of Jeeps should be, in my opinion. If you look at the old sort of history of them all, that is how they are. Now, this thing, I must admit, has been one of my absolute dream cars, and ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted one of these. And actually getting into it and driving it, it has not disappointed whatsoever. So we'll go around some of the mods now. I'll give you a quick tour of the interior, and then we'll discuss what our plans are for this Jeep. So immediately, as you can see, we've got the rough country steel bumper here. It's got TDS good winch as well with synthetic line. We've got a couple of these D-rings as well, which are good. We've got JW speaker, fog lights. We've got the standard at the moment headlights with an LED upgrade, which are fantastic, to be honest. We drove it back about 120 miles and it was just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. My girlfriend drove this, I drove the Volvo back because she's not insured on that, and yeah, it did not miss a beat whatsoever. We then got the Toyo open country mud terrains. As you can see, they're absolutely massive. They're awesome. They're 70 profile on 17-inch tyres, so I think that's around 30-inch. I'll have to get the exact inchage later on. We've got CB radio aerial as well, which is pretty cool. It's quite a good height gauge actually, because if you look, it's just ever so slightly taller than the top of the Jeep itself, so it's a good little thing that you can use just to work out whether you can fit in anything. Moving up, we'll go around to the back. We've got the Toyo mud terrain open country on the back, tow bar. We've also got the upgraded hinges here as well, which is a good little addition, because what happens is that with the extra weight of the bigger tyre, the standard hinges fail, which isn't great, obviously. So it's nice to have those on there, and that's, to be honest, is pretty much it for the outside. It's all fairly OEM plus, as it were. It's yeah, just the way I sort of like them, which is what drew us to this vehicle. As you can see, it's just an absolute beast, isn't it? Oh, I forgot. We've also got the rock sliders, rough country rock sliders. For those of you that don't know, this basically replaces the original side steps, and you bash rocks off them, basically. If you hit a rock between sort of your wheels, you can protect the whole side of the body, much better than the standard side steps as well. So that is really, really good. What else? That's pretty much it for the exterior. Like I said, it's sort of OEM plus. It's nice. It's not too in your face. It's not got a 5-inch lift with fully portal axles and all that sort of crap. It's just classy enough that you don't have to worry about it. Now we've also got a few little things, and I'll show you on the key, so that have been coded into this Jeep, which I love, because you know me, I love my coding, and I'm going to make separate videos on this. But if we got the LED headlights, and we've now got side markers activated as well, so they're constantly on and they look the nuts. It gives it that proper American look, if that makes sense, so that's awesome. Now, in terms of plans for this vehicle, we do have a lot, and I'll go into them in a minute once I've shown you around the interior. So obviously, it being a 2-door, it's a fairly small interior. We've got a bench seat in the back here, which is quite comfortable. We've then got the front seats, excuse the Burger King from yesterday on the way back, but yeah, as you can see, it's pretty standard Jeep, very Mopar from the time. I think that you can find this steering wheel in the Chrysler 300 and all that sort of stuff, so it's a fairly standard interior for the time. We've got the wild boar handles here as well, which help with egress and ingress. We've got our CB radio mounted here. I'm not sure how long I'm going to keep this. I probably won't, but today we'll have a look and see. I'm just going to pull this door shut. We've then got the Pioneer Apple CarPlay unit. Now, these are a nightmare to fit in these, and the previous owner managed to fit it himself, so big up Matt. He's a right legend. He's also engineered some little features in here. So we've got a reset button, because these are prone to sort of freezing. Anyone who's used Apple CarPlay will know how much it freezes. It's a right ball ache. So yeah, there's a little reset button there, which will just cut the power and reset the unit straight away. And then on these Jeeps, it's got a little headlight dimmer switch, which will dim the radio. So because the previous owner liked to drive with his headlights on all the time, it would always dim the radio, and in sunny days you couldn't see it. So this little switch there adjusts the brightness of the screen, which is just awesome, isn't it? So yeah, lots of little good mods on this thing, just that make life easier. We've got the detachable roof panels up here, which are fairly simple to do. It's had the new GP Seals kit to stop the leaking and everything like that. And you can see the mechanisms there. It's all fairly simple, and I'll make a video on that as well, showing you all how to do it. Now, what I love about these Jeeps is the fact that they are completely dismantleable, as it were. So if we wanted to, and I probably will do in the summer, this door can come off completely. So you've just got sort of an open bit. The roof can come off. This back part of the roof can come off, because this is a hard top that just lifts off. The windscreen can fold down just by releasing these bolts here. The windscreen will fold down, hence why you've got these rubber bung things here, and here, and here. And it's, yeah, it's just an awesome bit of kit. It's like a giant Tonka toy, isn't it? So yeah, it's just over the moon. I mean, it's probably not going to get the best MPG. I'm pretty realistic about that. It did half a tank in about 170 miles, so it's not going to be the best MPG, but that's not what you buy something like this for, is it really? To tax, it's £565 a year, so which is quite expensive. It's the sort of the top bracket in the UK, apart from the really ridiculous 580. But you get what you pay for, don't you? This car is a beast. It's awesome, and it gets a lot of attention, which is quite funny. Have a look under the bonnet just to show you guys what is underneath there. There is just two little clips on the front, and then because I've already been looking at it, there's normally a key slot in there that you would unlock, but they're prone to fail apparently, previous owner was telling me, so we'll leave that. And then I'll try and, it's always awkward, isn't it, opening a bonnet while on camera. It never seems to go well. There we go. Right, so this is your 2.8 CRD engine. It is, as you can see, fairly dirty, but a beast. It's got 6 cylinders. It's just lovely. We've got the upper or higher mounted intake there, so the weight depth on this is pretty good, I think, which is nice. We've got proper winch battery, and you can see the winch cabling there as well, which have been fairly nicely done. And yeah, it's just a beast of an engine, this. It pulls well. It's about 180 brake horsepower, and don't get me wrong, it's not the fastest thing in the world, but it does shove well. This one in particular has had a full gearbox rebuild as well, because it failed, because the previous owner, the first owner, had an advisory on the MOT that there was a gearbox oil leak and never did anything about it. So obviously the gearbox failed, which meant Matt, the poor bloke who owned it before, had to have a full gearbox rebuild to the tune of 1,800 quid. So yeah, it's a fairly well sorted car. A few sort of nerdy bits. It's got in there front axle seals from GP, which are greasable, so you don't have to. They're more of a maintenance item rather than a consumable part, which is nice. And yeah, it's just an absolute beast. So plans for this car are plentiful. We have plans for rooftop tents. We're going to go travelling. Once all the coronavirus and everything's under control, we'll go across to Europe, do bits over there. Girlfriend's always wanted to go to Croatia. I've always wanted to do sort of a continental road trip, so I think we're going to tie the two together, go through Europe in this, camping and everything like that. In terms of modifications, we've got a few more things we want to do, mainly regarding sort of the lighting, the sort of general appearance of the car. I want to bring it up to modern day. We're not going to try and make it look like a JL, because for those of you who don't know, the JL is the new one, because you can't pretend it's something that's not. But I do think there's a lot of subtle little things that you can do which will look fantastic. So we're going to look into some JW speaker headlights, or JW speaker style headlights, to replace these. Probably going to smoke the indicators as well, and convert the side markers to LED, because that will be quite a good little mod. Around the back, we're going to replace the rear light clusters with the more modern, brighter LED ones, because I was following this home last night and they weren't the brightest, so I just, yeah, I like to have it nice and visible, and everything. Oh, I didn't actually show you the boot, did I? So yeah, we'll have a quick look in the boot when I unlock it. Here we go. So currently it's got pillows in it, because the previous owner didn't like things rattling around. But as you can see, it isn't the largest boot. That is it. That's the extent. It's 2 pillows worth. But these seats do fold down, sort of down and then forward, or you can completely remove them. And this really is going to be the dog car, the adventure car. It's going to be, yeah, just the toy, as it were, the adventure vehicle, everything. It's going to be amazing. So yeah, we do have the original Jeep bumper and the original Jeep side steps. If anyone's interested in those, give us an email. You can find that on my YouTube account somewhere, because we obviously don't need them. So yeah, if you're looking for something like that, bear us in mind. But yeah, that is our plans for the Jeep. Like I said, I'm over the moon with it. It's got a few bits that need sorting. It's got a few little imperfections, but this, for the price we bought it, £12,000, is perhaps one of the sort of the best sort of Jeeps that you could get for that money. It is such a rare combination to find a automatic diesel short wheelbase. It's an absolute nightmare. But this one was one of the only ones on the market at the time, so hence why we bought it. So yeah, let us know what you guys think of the new additions to the channel. I'm going to be doing various videos of this, off-roading and everything like that. My girlfriend's at work at the moment, and then she's going to have a nap because she got up at about 4 AM to go and work, and then we're going to take it off-roading. So I was going to clean it up for this video, but then I thought, you know what, if I'm going off-roading, there's no point. So yeah, stay tuned for regular updates on the Jeep. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.